First Merit Bank did not wait for them to do this. Not only but they also seized their personal checking accounts. The owners, as many small business owners will do, had guaranteed that line of credit themselves.
And is there any indication at all that anyone contracted Ebola because of Amber Vincent's visit to this bridal shop?
None whatsoever. In fact, as you mentioned, the store was closed for a couple of weeks while they did some extensive cleaning at their own expense. That cleaning included ultraviolet cleaning of all of their dresses, bride's dresses, bridesmaids' dresses, tuxedos for men, everything they had in the store got an extensive cleaning. There's been no evidence that anybody contracted the Ebola virus from contact with Amber Vincent.
Sad story out of Northeast Ohio, a postscript to the Ebola scare. Ed Esposito, WAKR Radio and Acronet, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Steve.
WCBS News Time 3:53, rounding up other stories making news. Sources say Hillary Clinton's personal emails will be subpoenaed as soon as today by the House Committee investigating the Benghazi U.S. Embassy attack.
Keystone XL is officially dead. Republicans in the Senate could not rally enough votes to override the Obama veto, so the oil pipeline from Canada to the Gulf will not be built.
ExxonMobil CEO Rex Tillerson expects the price of oil to stay low for the next 2 years because of high supply and weak economic growth.
The federal Justice Department says there is no reason to prosecute Darren Wilson in the shooting death of Michael Braxton in Ferguson. White House spokesman Josh Earnest says the tragedy did open a nationwide dialogue.
There are communities across the country that are rightfully taking another look at these issues.
Question for Michael Brown's uncle. Charles Ewing says the federal decision not to charge Wilson means justice in this case isn't coming. He calls it deflating.
The first neurosurgeon to successfully separate twins conjoined at the head is making headlines for saying homosexuality is a choice, and prison proves it because people go in straight and come out gay. Ben Carson is considering running for president.
Alabama's highest court ruled today that its ban on licensing same-sex marriage is legal. Federal courts have ruled otherwise.
The afternoon roundup on WCBS, sponsored by BMW of Manhattan.
Now a credit repair tip from creditrepair.com.
Credit tip number 1. Late payments are among the top causes of a lower credit score. But did you know that even after you pay them off, late payments remain on your credit report as a negative item that continues to hurt your score? Your credit score improves when those late payments are actually removed from your report. But it can be extremely difficult. That's why you need the credit experts at creditrepair.com. They work with both your creditors and the credit bureaus to remove questionable negative items from your report and improve your credit score.
If you're suffering from a low credit score, call creditrepair.com at 800-391-7690. And in just a few minutes, you'll know exactly what's hurting your credit score and how to improve it. For over 15 years, we've been helping thousands. So call creditrepair.com at 800-391-7690. 800-391-7690. 800-391-7690.
CBS Tonight. Get caught up in the next generation of CSI.
I'll protect you.
Oscar winner Patricia Arquette. CSI Cyber premieres CBS Tonight.
WCBS Business News at 3:55, sponsored by AmericanEagle.com.
And from Bloomberg World Headquarters, Tracy Junkie.
Just ahead of that closing bell on Wall Street, and no let-up in the losses. The Dow down 103 points, the Nasdaq down 13, S&P off 9 points. Lumber liquidators are still being punished by investors after Sunday's 60 Minutes reported the company sold laminate flooring containing formaldehyde levels far in excess of California's standards. Lumber liquidators today pulled out of a presentation at an investor conference, and Florida Senator Bill Nelson called for a federal investigation. Its shares are down 12%. And 2 years after Citigroup and other banks agreed to pay billions of dollars over their foreclosure practices, several thousand homeowners are still waiting for their share. Bloomberg reports Citigroup missed about 23,000 borrowers who are still owed $20 million. Business News at 25 and 55 past every hour. I'm Tracy Junkie, Bloomberg Business for WCBS News Radio 880.
My name is Pete Fairley, and I head up digital media for the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Comprehensive online solution from a web developer, we did our research. Thankfully, we chose AmericanEagle.com. Pro football has changed in many ways over the years, but what hasn't changed has been our website development company. Today, the Pro Football Hall of Fame's dynamic website, ProFootballHOF.com, designed, developed, and hosted by AmericanEagle.com, is one of our most important elements in helping us fulfill our mission to honor the heroes of the game, preserve its history, promote its values, and celebrate excellence everywhere. The Hall of Fame is an exciting, internationally recognized institution and travel destination, and our website, developed by AmericanEagle.com, should be your online and e-commerce destination for anything about pro football and its greatness. The Hall of Fame and AmericanEagle.com share a commitment to excellence. I highly recommend AmericanEagle.com to any organization that's looking for online excellence.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 877-WEB-NOW1 to learn how they can develop a web solution for you. AmericanEagle.com, 877-WEB-NOW1.
Get into the game at Modell Sporting Goods, your baseball headquarters for the lowest prices on bats, balls, cleats, and more. Gotta go to Moe's. Modell.
At 3:58, we go to traffic and weather. Here's Adrian Watson.
And on Long Island, we have a big delay still on the Longshore Parkway southbound. Now it's from the northern state all the way down to Hempstead Turnpike. That accident's still being cleared. Meadowbrook Parkway, a better choice. Eastbound Southern got worse as well from Hempstead Avenue all the way out to the Seaford Oyster Bay Expressway. Overall, LIE a mess through Queens and a good chunk of Nassau County. Grand Central to the northern isn't much better. And the southbound Cross Island, it is the entire length. Belt Parkway eastbound. Some pockets of delays by the Verrazano Bridge and again by Knapp Street all the way out to Flatbush Avenue. More pockets of delays as you make your way to Cross Boulevard. Southbound delays from still to the Verrazano Bridge. Outbound Brooklyn Bridge loaded up. Kiwanis BQE terrible. Westbound from Roosevelt Avenue down to the Belt Split. This report sponsored by Exxon and Mobil. You could win $1,000 in free gasoline from Exxon and Mobil just by telling them what fuels you and getting your friends to vote for your entry. It's Exxon and Mobil What Fuels You contest. Rules and details at Exxon.com and Mobil.com. Now the latest from the WCBS Weather Center.
Well, we were waiting to check in on the most current reading, and we are holding steady here at that 45-degree mark. The winds aren't much of a deal. In fact, we got a little bit of rain out there right now. It is forecast to become some snow by the time we get into, say, the hours of 1 o'clock until 5 o'clock. I think that's about where you'd see the biggest accumulations, 2 to 4 north of the city, 4 to 8 south. And look at that temperature now, 4 to 4.
News, traffic, and weather for New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut. We are News Radio, WCBS, New York.
Wednesday, March 4th. Good afternoon. I'm Steve Scott.
I'm Wayne Cabot. The latest WCBS temperature, you just heard Lonnie say 44, but things are going to get cold and snowy in just a few hours. And Craig Allen will have his latest forecast in minutes.
Governor Christie at a town hall-style meeting says making required payments to the state's pension plan now would force a big tax increase.
Attorney General Holder calls for immediate changes in the Ferguson police after a report shows years of racial bias.
The jury in the Boston Marathon bombing trial has been watching video today of the first of the 2 explosions.
The Unity Bank closing bell report on WCBS. The Dow is down 108 points. S&P is down 10. NASDAQ down 14.
A-Rod got 1 hit in 2 official at-bats today in his first appearance. CBS News. I'm Harley Carnes. Attorney General Eric Holder has been talking about the report on policing and minorities in Ferguson, Missouri. Let's go live now to Washington. CBS's Dan Raviv.
Holder said a belief that Michael Brown was unjustly shot dead last August took hold swiftly because of years of damaging distrust between a mostly black community and a police force with rampant racism. Holder announced Officer Darren Wilson will not face criminal charges, but the Ferguson Police Department and the municipal court, which unfairly fines and locks up people who African Americans, must go through court-supervised reforms.
The United States Department of Justice reserves all of its rights and abilities to force compliance. Nothing is off the table.
Live in Washington, Dan Raviv, CBS News.
Testimony began today in Boston. The murder trial of Johar Tsarnaev in the Marathon terror bombing case. WBC reporter Carl Stevens.
Said, yes, Johar Tsarnaev was involved in the marathon bombings. This isn't about what happened, but why. She described Johar Tsarnaev as a younger brother who was under the influence of an older brother, Tamerlan Tsarnaev, and urged the jury to keep an open mind as they go in a couple months from now to the penalty phase.
New challenge to the legality of Obamacare subsidies was heard at the Supreme Court today. Attorney Elizabeth Wydra argued for the Democrats in Congress who passed the law in a simple majority, pure party line vote.
We believe that it was a great day for the government, and we are very confident in the result.
A plaintiff, Pam Amherst.
Decisions made here in Washington directly affect middle-class families like ours, and we believe it's time that those who have been hurt by Washington take a stand.
Supreme Court rulings expected to be announced by June. President's veto of the Keystone Oil Pipeline stand. The bill on reconsideration fails to pass over the Senate vote went down about as predicted, 62-37, 5 short of enough to override. Wall Street, the Dow down 105 points today. The